Testing, testing. Alright, hey guys. This is Liz here. So this is just a video. Sorry for the mess everywhere. I was doing a lot of things on my desk. But anyways, so this video is going to be how to calibrate the orange Hall effect sensors, analog sticks. Seen somebody needed help on how to do it in someone else's post, so I'm just posting this to help them out. But yeah, 4-minute video right here. So oh sorry, focus lost. So I'll put this up on the screen for the next thing of my computer. So right here, what we got is this website, hardware tester. You can see a bunch of different information on your Dualsense controller. So what we're gonna do is there's 2 holes. So there's, all right, I'll explain how these work. So there's like a, all right, I have a blue one here. It's not the same mechanism, but it's what I have closest to me. So there's going to be an orange thing of this, not blue, but it'll be orange. And what you're doing is there's these 2 holes you can see. You can kind of see my finger through them. You put your pin in there and it'll move around. This is a different mechanism, but that's kind of how to understand it better. And yeah, I got right into all of it now. So there's 2 holes here. You can see one here, one here. You're gonna need like a bobby pin of some sort. That should be good, or a clothespin. Sorry. And so you're gonna move it. It's kind of hard to explain, but once you get it down, you'll probably find a trick of your own. You could try and help yourself to use mine. But so right now it's already centered. I'm not gonna move this one because I'll show it on the left one. This one is centered. So this moves the X axis. This moves the Y axis. So this would be X. This would be Y. Currently, it is centered on the X, which means we are going to need to move and use this one here. Sorry, yeah, it's centered on the X, so we're gonna have to use this. Because if it's centered in the middle, that means the Y magnet is perfectly fine. You don't need to touch it or move it at all. But most of the time it is not. And I'll show you how to do it in the left stick. So we're gonna move it in the opposite direction. And it doesn't matter which hole you use. Try to stick to one, or use both by swapping back and forth, because sometimes the click won't happen. But I'll see if you guys can hear it here. So you move it to the opposite side. Put your pin in the hole of the analog and move it back slowly until it clicks, but it didn't happen there. So I'm going to use the other hole. You the little clicks there, and now it's on this side. And we keep doing it. So move it to the opposite side. Use the hole. Move it back until it clicks. It might not click, but that somewhat clicks. I'm going to try and go better here. Go to the opposite side. Little click there. It's in the middle. Opposite side. Didn't do anything, so I'm going to use the other hole. Sometimes the hole will, so if you're moving it to one side, the hole will be better there. I'm going to try this hole again. And if it's centered on one quadrant, or sorry, one axis, you don't need, it doesn't matter where you move it. You can move it down here and still try to calibrate it, but it's just better this way. So I'm going to, little click there. Now I'm going to do the next hole. This one's not clicking as much as I want it to, but it's all good. Not good. Very close. I'm going to try again. I like to perfect this. Sometimes what I like to do, I like to push it back a little further since we're moving the magnet. So I'll do it to the same side, and then I'll go back to the next side. And it'll, yep, see? Just did it right there. And it'll be centered. Just make sure you move it around, up and down. Make sure it doesn't get stuck anywhere. We're good. Now for the left one, it's another scenario here. So I'm going to move it to the top left on that X so far. So I'm going to use the X first. I'm going to go up. Just use any of the holes. That's the click I'm talking about. I'm going to try again. On the top right, opposite side, opposite side, opposite side, opposite side. Alright, seems I'm somewhat getting the same thing each time. Alright, so now we have it centered on the Y axis. So we're going to want to use the Y now to calibrate it. So whatever axis is centered on, you're going to want to calibrate it from there. It's not perfectly centered. I'll try and fix that in a sec. It should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. So now I'm going to use the X axis. It's the same thing, just rotated. You can't see the holes, but you'll see the holes if you have the unit. So you're going to move it up, opposite direction. Click. Down, opposite direction. Click. Up. No click. So I've used other hole. Sorry. Other hole. Oh, same hole, opposite direction. Same hole, opposite direction. Opposite direction. Alright, so that one's not. So I'm gonna use the other hole. Yep. Seems I have to use this hole on this side, and this one and this one, and we got it centered. That is how you center your analog sticks. So I'll explain it one more time. Your goal is to center it on one of these axes. Unless you get it centered, then that's good too. Sometimes it might uncenter, but the goal is get it on one of these axes, whether it's the X or the Y. Whatever axis it's centered on, you're going to want to use that axis to center it. And now to center it, the basis is you want to move it in the opposite direction. So if it's down here, you want to move it to top left. So if it's bottom right, you want to move it to top left. And then you're going to want to calibrate it by putting the hole in, the pin in the hole, sorry. And make sure it feels a little firm when you're pulling back on it to the center. And that means you're going to get the click. You're going to hear a little sound and you'll be good. And that is how you calibrate the analog sticks. Please let me know if you need any help in the comments. Yeah, and that's how you calibrate the analog sticks. Later.